You know, there are thousands of people in Mississippi that suffer from obesity. I mean, we're the #1 state to have that problem. And a lot of people, they try to lose the weight through dieting, and sometimes, well, that just doesn't work. So what else do? You have to turn to a doctor to professional help. And one of the best around, Dr. Avery here at the South Mississippi Surgical Weight Loss. We've talked to many different times. How are you?
Good to see you again.
It's good to see you, sir. You know, obesity is a disease.
Absolutely.
And that people, you know, as much as they have, you know, they try to lose the weight, it almost seems like it's a never-ending battle, and that's when they have to turn to surgery. Talk about the statistics as far as obesity is concerned.
You know, obesity is an illness, and we tell patients all the time to quit blaming themselves and quit letting your brother-in-law beat you up about your weight. Most people, once they get to a certain weight, cannot control their weight. They just can't. It's a medical illness. And so we've got to give them some ways to get healthy. And I think the most important thing to recognize is that morbid obesity, that place where your weight is so high that it's affecting your health, is an illness. It is not a cosmetic concern. Folks die sooner, they get diabetes and high blood pressure and so many things like that, such that probably 20% of the Mississippi population is bumping into that morbid obesity space, and untreated, uncared for, their lives are going to be shorter and more complicated.
And it doesn't just start with, you know, with adults. You see a lot of the children. They don't eat right. The nutrition is not there. Proper nutrition is not there, and I guess they see it. It's almost like it's from generation to generation. With different families, you see, well, the dad is that way, mom's that way, kids are going to come up that way too because they don't eat properly.
You know, we don't understand why people have morbid obesity today at such rates that we've never seen before. It's complicated. It's not just that we overeat, that's a big part of it. The food that we eat today is not what our grandparents ate. We have all these contaminants in our food chain. There's so many things that we don't know yet about. And so we've tried to find ways to help people control their weight. Bariatric surgery is the only way that people are going to get their weight under control in 2016.
Now, and along with the bariatric surgery, there's some education going to go on
Absolutely.
How to eat properly.
Absolutely.
You know, the proper things that you need to eat. You know, yeah, you've got to get rid of the breads. You've got to get rid of the sugars. You know, sugar, one of the biggest problems.
We spend a lot of time in our clinics talking to patients with our dietitians, our nurses, our nurse practitioners, and I spend a lot of time talking to patients about trying to focus on eating healthy, on exercise, doing some things that will help you. They won't be a cure, it won't fix the problem, but it'll help us get patients on the right track.
And there's no reason why you can't eat healthy and still eat good.
Absolutely. We just have to kind of bend the curve a little bit. We've got to find ways to recognize that there are foods that are just not healthy for us.
Now, you have performed over 2,500 bariatric surgeries here in South Mississippi and the surrounding area, and there's different things that you can do, different techniques.
You know, in the past 20 years, the progress of bariatric surgery has been amazing. We used to have gastric bypass, was our, you know, and then stapling before that. Then we had bands. Today we have sleeve gastrectomy, which is really such a great advance. It has such low risk and it works very well. And now we have a brand new technology and technique that's come on the market that is really very exciting. There's a way to help people control their weight without changing their anatomy that doesn't really compromise what they can eat. We want them to eat smart.
Right.
But so many of our operations in the past sometimes limited people on what they could eat, and now we have a new technology that it's really exciting what we're going to be able to offer people.
And this technology is called?
It's called the WLOX. It is the device is called a Maestro, but it's an electronic device that you put on the nerve that goes to the stomach, and it literally blocks the sense of hunger.
Really?
It's an amazing thing.
So it's not really, again, we've talked about how you can go in and I guess remove something or put the ring around there, so you can't eat as much, and you feel. But this is a different technology.
It is. All the previous surgeries that we had either changed the stomach's anatomy or we put some type of device to restrict the ability to eat. And with the WLOX, this is a little bit like a pacemaker. And that's not really what the company wants to call it, but what it does is it takes the nerve that goes to your
It
stomach.
slows the pace of your eating.
It slows down
So
your
it
stomach's
is kind
sense
of a
of being
pacemaker.
hungry.
Yes.
And the exciting thing here is that we no longer have to, I don't want to say punish patients about how they eat, but this gives us a way for the patient to control their own weight loss. To some degree, it's adjustable. It doesn't change the anatomy in any way. You can take it off. They're completely back to how God made us. And I think the exciting thing is the studies are showing us that with this really minimally invasive, very safe operation, we can affect meaningful weight loss in people who have a real problem.
Wow.
And it will last. And you charge it. It's under the skin, much like a pacemaker, and it gets charged every night or every other night, depending on how it's set. It gets adjusted based on how your response is. And I think that there is some really exciting opportunities to find a simpler way to help people control this disease.
Do you program it to like calories, or
No,
it just
there's an adjustment. It comes on and it cuts off, and it just kind of blocks that nerve called the vagus nerve that goes to the stomach, and it makes people not feel as hungry. It's not the cure-all.
It's not going to starve you to death, but
No. What it does is allows people to go a longer period of time without feeling hungry and to feel full with less food. I mean, it's really an amazing thing.
so when they hit that buffet, they don't go back for thirds, fourths, fifths, something like that.
You know, we encourage patients to avoid that type of eating behavior because that's hard for anybody to eat at the
I know.
buffet and eat sensibly. But what this device will do is allow people to feel full and comfortable and not hungry all the time without changing their anatomy, without limiting them to just certain kinds of foods. So we're very excited about what this could do.
Well, if you'd like some more information, we're just about out of time. Numbers on your screen. I guess they can make an appointment. Do they need to go through their general practitioner
No,
first?
they can call South Mississippi Surgical Weight Loss, and we have a number, and we will get them in the program. We give a lot of education. You know, we're trying to educate the public, educate patients, try to get people well.
That's the key thing. And of course, you know, until you lose that weight, there's going to be a problem.
Thank you so much, Jim.
Always a pleasure.
It's my
Always
pleasure.
come in here and find out some more great things. If you want to find out if you are a great candidate for the V-Block, you've been dealing with obesity, maybe a member of your family has been dealing with obesity for a long time, and it really is a serious health issue after a period of time. What you need to do is call the number on your screen, set up an appointment. They're located here on Highway 90 in Ocean Springs, and put yourself into a healthier lifestyle here at the South Mississippi Surgical Weight Loss Center in Ocean Springs.